Good morning. Buenos dias. How's everybody doing? Let's see what. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? Um, Today we're gonna do daily teachings like we always do, and I invite you guys to come here daily or whenever you guys get a chance. We do this almost every day. I try to. Sometimes I fail miserably with my schedule. But good afternoon, Mama Rachel. Usually we do better. Um, Last night I fell asleep like at this morning I fell asleep like at 6 in the morning after doing stuff. So sometimes my schedule is all over the place. Um, I was on the phone with somebody till about 5:30 because they were going through stuff, and I just had to. I I woke up late. I've been doing my morning routine. Still haven't ate. Still know nothing. But um, we're gonna do today's energy. Um, Blessings. And I know it's late. I should do this sooner. But what does today's energy invite you to do? What does today's energy invite you to do? It invites you to to integrate stuff and balance your life out. It invites you to bring together what may feel divided, your inner and outer life, your spiritual aspiration and your everyday tasks, your heart and your mind. Many spiritual traditions remind us that wholeness isn't found in rejecting part of ourselves, but by embracing it. So, when we integrate things in our lives, we make it easier for ourselves to not, let's say, falter or stray or whatever. Like you can say, I'm a spiritual person. That is that is that is you. That's your internal self. And then you can say, I am a nurse. That's your external job. But when you combine your spirituality with your job or your career, then what happens is you become either a better nurse or a better spiritual person because you can sort of integrate everything. It's sort of like when you say, "Oh, I got my family life and I got my friends." But if you combine them both, you can be happy within yourself because you don't got to, let's say, differentiate yourself from one action or another. So you integrate that life that you have here with the life that you have out there. So if you're a spiritual person, you integrate that spirituality to every aspect of your life. Like you don't got to separate your spiritual self from your job. You don't got to separate your spiritual self from family life, from friendships. You don't got to differentiate yourself or split up, as a matter of fact. Oh, okay. So again, like if you have a job, how can my spiritual values affect my job in a positive way? If you're religious, how can my religious, you know, self affect my job in a positive way? So you start integrating your life. If you are again a family man and you have friends, you can integrate that life so it becomes more routine. Does that make sense? So integration and balance. So your spirituality, your religious self, you can start to integrate it into every aspect of your life. It doesn't have to be a secret identity, and you don't got to put it out in the public who you are spiritually. But you don't got to separate yourself from your spiritual world and your outer world. You can start to integrate it. Again, if you're a nurse, if you're a warehouse guy, if you're a barista, if you're how does your spiritual side integrate into your daily routine? Can it make you a better person? Can it make you a better mother, father, husband, brother? Can it make you a better nurse, a better cop, a better barista? A lot of times when we venerate, we are on our best spiritual behavior. We are on our best spiritual behavior, and we are not, you know, we're unapproachable as far as like sin and shit. But the moment we leave the altar or we leave our spiritual self, we become different people. So again, the question today is, how do you start to integrate your spiritual self with the rest of yourself as you leave your altar or your spiritual sense? Does that make sense? Gracias, Mystic Melo. So again, it's not to say that you can't have your your separate self when you are in a holy place, your altar, your church, your spiritual comfort zone. You could put on your chains and your lockets and put on all these stuff that make you feel more spiritual when you don't got to invite the world to be there with you every step of the way. But how do you balance that? How do you integrate your spiritual journey with your daily life? You just do it. Again, the way I act right now, good afternoon, Fluffy. The way I am right now, I try to be that in every aspect of my life. I'm a bit, I curse a lot. Um, I'm a sinner. I still do things that, are questionable at times because I'm not perfect. But as I go through my day, I try to integrate who I am spiritually with the world when I interact with it. So you don't gotta have a different um self when you venerate or when you're spiritual. You try to integrate your spiritual world with the outer world, being that if you carry yourself a certain way in front of your altar or act a certain way, start to integrate that into the world that you live in. Again, I'm not saying you go around preaching and all this shit, but that same energy, carry it with you. Carry it with you. Good afternoon, Hawk Babe. I'm about to say good morning. I just woke up not so long ago. Like I woke up maybe like a little bit, like I think it was at noon, and I was just getting ready for the day's lesson. And I should do this earlier in the day because I know the day is already halfway through. So I apologize. I'm gonna try to do better and get up earlier. Just this morning, I want to sleep like at 5 or 6 in the morning. So my bad. Um, it's 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 like if you say you got spiritual time. Let's say you have time when you pray and meditate. That is holy time. That is um your time to cleanse, your time to be spiritual. Then you have downtime where you watch TV, when you do certain things. You go outside. You know, we separate things in very different manners. We put it in different compartments. Like this is holy time, this is fun time, this is work time. So we can integrate everything, right? Because all time is sacred. All time is sacred. So again, you integrate it like that. When you say, this is my spiritual time, this is my fun time, and this is my work time, we approach it differently. We don't give it all the same energy, right? Obviously, when you have fun time, you might be on the couch, you might watch a game. It ain't the same energy as work time. Work time, you got to get up and hustle or do your job, right? And spiritual time, if you have any, you pray, you meditate, and you elevate yourself spiritually. But in all of those three aspects, every second, every minute, every hour, it is sacred because you will never get it back. So approach every, every second with respect because it is sacred. Every millisecond that passes you by is a millisecond you won't get back. So all time is sacred, no matter what you're doing. So when you have fun time, spiritual time, or work time, It's sacred. So that's how we start to integrate and we balance it out. Because sometimes we don't see things for what they are. And what it is that every moment of your life is given, it's a gift. And a lot of the times we don't value these gifts because we don't understand wholeheartedly the ramifications of misspent time. I could have slept more and slept my day away probably because I'm tired, but I'm like, man, Vic, get up. 6 hours is enough. Get your ass up. And I wasn't gonna get up earlier, but you know, it's enough. Get up because time is sacred. It's hard to live by, but everything is sacred. Even in the look, even when I'm sinning, it's time that I'm not gonna get back. When we say time is sacred, again, even if you're on the couch during fun time and you're watching, Netflix, Hulu, TikTok, YouTube, and you're there, enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment because that moment won't come back. And here's the thing is when you're enjoying that downtime, if you are doing fun time and you're on your phone and you're watching shit that makes you upset on your phone, stop it. Stop. Just stop it. Oh, some of your recent viewers haven't joined your fan club. Oh, it gave me some stuff. Every moment you have is sacred. Again, if you have work time, fun time, and spiritual time, every moment is sacred. When you work, do it with purpose. If you are a barista, go out and make the fucking best coffee every fucking day. If you are a warehouse worker, you make sure you do your job to the best of your ability. If you are a fireman, you go out there and you save lives and do your work with purpose. Let your life have purpose. Let everything you do have purpose and meaning. Because life is short and it's cliche. It is a very common phrase. Life is too short. Life is too short. Well, I'm going to tell you, it is. I remember being 18 with a bullet, and here I am, fucking 47 with no gun. You know what I'm saying? So time does go. So every second, if you are doing sacred time, spiritual time, that is sacred. You give it your all. When you do work time, that is sacred. That is how you make a living. That is what you do probably sometimes most of the day. You do it with purpose and do it with divinity inside of you. I don't mean you got to be a fucking angel. I mean you do you the way it's supposed to be done. Because only you know how to do you. When you have fun time, enjoy your moments. If you have kids, spend time with them. So integrate all that balance. Again, life is very short to not be content. So when I say to you, integrate your life, if you are a spiritual person, apply that spiritual life to every aspect of your life. If you are spiritual and when you leave your altar, you change and go into, fuck it mode, and you go to work with fuck it mode, and you do your life with fuck it mode, you might do some things that are fucked up, you know what I'm saying, that you could have avoided. But if when you leave your altar or your spiritual self, when you awaken, have a moment of spiritual clarity or mental clarity to see how your day's gonna shape out. And you could apply your spiritual sense if you have any, because I'm not saying we all have this spiritual aura about us where we focus on it every day. But I'm gonna tell you something. You probably should. Never lose yourself. Be who you're meant to be. Perfect. So I advise you, and this is not even a hard task to do. When you awaken for 30 seconds, not even a minute, think clearly about what your day is going to represent to you. If you have children, I gotta make time after work. I'll watch a show with them. I'll play some shit with them. I'll cook, I'll eat with them. If you have a wife, hey, I might do some, sexy time later, to make her feel special. I might just get home and help her do the dishes, or I might get home and do, maybe make that shit she likes. For yourself, oh, there's that one show I want to watch. I'm gonna treat myself today and watch a scary movie because I like the Halloween season. You know, Today I'm gonna be thoughtful to my children, my significant other, my parents, my siblings. I'm gonna be good to me. I'm gonna eat something I like. I'm gonna watch something I like. I'm gonna be fulfilled and give thanks. If you don't believe in God, if you don't believe in Santa Muerte, it's okay. You can still be thankful for your life and for your day. You can be thankful for the blessings you have. You can be thankful for the people that are around you that support you and love you. You can be thankful for the small things that we often look over. So again, try to balance and integrate your life to your spiritual side if you have one. You might not be spiritual, and that's okay. But start finding that balance of the person that you are meant to be versus a person that goes out and stomps around because fuck, there's traffic, they got the last jelly donut. All that shit is meaningless at the end of the day. Even in traffic, shit, put on a jam and fucking, rock out. Don't let the world get you and make you bitter or jaded or mean spirited. You know what I'm saying? Wake up and have a moment with yourself. 30 seconds is more than enough to like really say, hey, today I'm gonna try to blah blah blah. I'm gonna be doing this today. I'm gonna try to be, spend some time with my kids, my wife or my husband. I'm gonna get home and help my parents do whatever the fuck after school. Whatever it is that you're doing that isn't, let's say, whatever it is that you're doing during the day that doesn't feel right by the end of the day, just start to integrate that spiritual self. Start to integrate that again, walk with purpose. Walk with purpose as we go about our day. So if you're spiritual, start integrating that spiritual self to everything. Again, you don't got to wear your spiritual or religious self on your shoulder and say, hey, I'm a Santa Muerte devoted. Nah, what I'm saying is that same sense of spiritual self when you get in front of your altar or pray, that energy, carry it out through the day. Apply that energy to your job. If you are, again, a warehouse worker, then you work with purpose. If you are a barista, you work with purpose. If you are a fireman, you work with purpose. If you are a construction worker, you work with purpose. See the divinity in everything that you do. If you're a construction worker, you're building homes for families. You're building shelter for children and their mothers. You're building a foundation of life and security. That is a spiritual blessing. If you are a firefighter, if you are a cop, you are providing help for the general public. You are saving lives. You are protecting others from fear and danger. That is a very good job and very spiritually rewarding. If you are a nurse, a doctor, you are a caregiver. You give hope to those that are ill. You give support to those that are dying. That is a very noble job. If you are a teacher, a teacher's aide, you are molding the minds of the future. You are going to create tomorrow's leaders, tomorrow's mothers, tomorrow's fathers. You help to shape them. That is a very noble job. Every aspect of your life, apply your spiritual self. There's spiritual stuff in everything that we do. If you're a barista, You are giving someone a smile. You're helping them get through the day. You are helping them move forward with today with purpose. Because when people get that cup of joe, they are ready to go. You give them that pep in their step. Every job, every action can be fucking felt to be made spiritual. So what I'm saying is balance and integration. Balance your life out by integrating your spiritual life into every aspect of your life. If you're a father, a mother, oh my God, that is the most sacred thing to be. Beautiful, Carmen. If you are a mother, a father, you are their first line of defense. You teach them love. You teach them empathy. You teach them sympathy. You teach them every aspect of spiritual self. Do that with the most, attention to detail. That is the foundation of who they're going to be. So every job, every cap you wear, apply your spiritual self to it. I'm not trying to preach about, I don't want you to be like out there preaching on the street like a crazy Looney Tune. I'm saying you carry yourself that same spiritual energy that you would if you're talking in front of your altar, if you're praying to God. I don't mean be preachy, but that same energy. Dios mío, dear God, help me get through this day. Dear God, help protect my family. Dear God, all that stuff when you are praying and are asking, but during your day, dear God, let me be the best teacher I can possibly be and mold these minds and apply that energy like that. Dear God, let me make the best fucking coffee so that all my clients have a smile on their face and da 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 da. And dear God, let me be the best nurse, the best caregiver, the best doctor, the best fucking dentist. Dear God, let me be the best fucking dog walker. Whatever it is you do, you can apply it, the spiritual sense and spiritual self to everything, because we're supposed to be integrated. You shouldn't have three different yous. You shouldn't have the spiritual you, the work you, the family you, the friend you, the game day you. Nah, that should just be fucking you. Does that make sense? Am I making sense, or does it only make sense to me? Because sometimes I feel like I get too fucking stupid with it. Can you raise your hand if it makes sense what I'm trying to say? Because I think sometimes I get ahead of myself. A ver, anybody? All right. I'm not like, is it making sense? Because I want it to make sense. I don't want to just come here and speak shit and talk shit and it'd be like, well, whatever, fool. Have a good day. Hi, Santa Muerte. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is provide you guys with stuff that is going to be the ethic, because it ain't for me. I don't believe in the Catholic Church as an organization. Catholicism to me is not as it's not as good as people make it out to be. I don't think that God lends himself out to those kind of atrocities, to the violence and horror that the Catholic Church has brought forth to the world in past historic, years, and also the level of distrust and mistrust that they have, sort of made. They've cultivated this level of mistrust where it's a running joke where you can't leave your kids with the priest or this or that, and they never have done anything to rectify the problem. All they do is hide and evade. So if you're a religious, I guess, organization, and your foundation was built on blood of indigenous or non-believers, I can't really get down with that. Anyways, that's why I don't believe in traditional Catholicism. I don't think God lends himself out to those kind of atrocities. And that's just my personal belief. Again, don't get it twisted. I don't mind Catholics or Muslims or Jews. We're all brothers under one God and sisters under one God. But I believe there's no true religion because we don't own the rights to God. God owns us. For those religions that think they own, like, oh, we got God on our side. Nah, motherfucker, God is with everybody, but they'll be with the righteous. Um, no, the faith. Well, I can't believe in something that has no true sense of religion. Like, how can I believe in an institution that is has been built upon the bones and bloods of people they've rolled by? They've stolen, and this is not about, look, in the name of God, they've gone across the country during the crusades and everything, and they've killed millions upon millions of people that stood in their way, and they took their wealth, they took their culture, they took the land. So to me, you do that as a country, as a nation, not as a religious group. The same organization that crucified the Savior, the same organization that put Jesus Christ on the cross and ultimately, sacrificed the Savior, they then saw the power of his image. And the same people that crucified him became the people that pushed his image for their own dastardly deeds, for their own, you know, for their own gains. So for me, if you're the ones that killed the Christ and then you take his image and run the world with it, that's demonic to me. I want you guys to think about this for real. The Roman Catholic Church was the Roman Empire. All they did was change their banners, and they ruled the world with the Christ image. So they not only, they didn't just crucify Jesus Christ, they then took his image and conquered the world with it. They saw the power in the image. They saw the power in his words. They saw the power in his actions. So they made it into what they wanted it to be, an organization that ruled with an iron fist and controlled the masses through fear and terror. That's how I feel about it. And that's why I don't practice Catholicism. I always say I renounce the Catholic faith, but I have never renounced God. Just the way in which they portray him and the way that they conquered the world and destroyed millions upon millions of people's lives. The Holocaust has nothing, I mean nothing, on the Crusades. The Holocaust has nothing on the level of death and destruction that the Roman Catholic Church brought on to the world. In the first 10 years of their spreading the word of God during the Crusades, they estimate between 50 and 70 souls perished by their sword. That's just in the first 10 years. Anyways, and again, I want you guys to understand, it's not that I hate religion, it's that I hate the foundation in which it was built upon. And that's why I don't practice Catholicism. And besides, they don't accept Santa Muerte. So that should be enough as well. Again, so should we move on from balance and integration? Anyways, should we continue from the lesson? Have I said enough about balance and integration, or not? Should I move on from the teaching of balance and integration? So again, balance and integration is pretty much apply your spiritual life to everything and find balance within it. All right. So the next thing we're going to move on to from balance integration is finding the spiritual purpose in everyday ordinary things that we do. Awakenings in the ordinary stuff that we do. There's things that we do like pray that is sacred to us. There's certain things that we do like burying our dead that are sacred to us. There's things like, people do like baptisms, communions, weddings that are sacred. Birthdays we celebrate. They're fundamentally felt to be more special across everybody's life. There's not, you know what I mean? But things that are special are not just those big, extraordinary, monumentous moments. Every act, find the special in everything that you do. If you go for a walk in the park today, it is very special to see the trees, the clouds, feel the breeze in your face. Find the spiritual sense in everything you do. Everything doesn't have to be extraordinary to be extraordinary. If you're walking today, look at the clouds, look at the creation, look at the sky, look at the ocean, look at the lake, look at the grass, look at the butterfly, look at the bee. Look at everything and find the sacred meaning behind it all. We only celebrate the big moments in life, right? But every moment should be big and great. The breath you take, the walk you have, the conversation you have with your children, your parents, your significant other. All those moments should be cherished just as much as any extraordinary moment. 2 weeks ago, I took my son to the pumpkin patch. It was just me and him. And it was just a pumpkin patch visit. It's not a big deal, like we've done it before. But on that day, I saw his smile gleaming because it was me and him and we did what he wanted. His face, his heart, his energy was fucking bursting with fucking happiness. That to me will go down as one of my most favorite days of my life. It wasn't a birthday. It wasn't Christmas. It wasn't, a traditional celebration. It was going to the pumpkin patch during October. But that moment with my son, I was able to be present. I was able to see his smile and see his energy, and it changed me in ways that, wow, I was smiling from ear to ear. Oh, I'll get to it right now, DF. Give me a second. Hello, Jay's Queen. So you have to awaken the ordinary and accept
I'm having trouble connecting to
the greatness.
For help, go to the Alexa app.
In everything that you do. Every breath, every heartbeat, every moment, every conversation, everything, you have to find the sacred in it. This applies to the balance and integration, but then becomes the awakening of the truth behind every moment. When you sit down and color with your kids and you think, oh my God, I just want to hurry up, enjoy the moment. When your mom calls you and you're like, oh my God, I don't got time for this shit, enjoy the moment. Because those coloring days will one day be over. Those phone calls from your mother will one day stop. And you're going to wish you had a moment of color with your kid or talk to your mother or father. Every moment is sacred. Every moment is special. Every moment will cease to stop. So again, if your kid says, hey, can we play? And you're just fucking watching some shit on your phone or TV, get your ass up and play with that child. If your mother or father calls you and you don't pick up because I don't got time for this right now. Trust me when I say this, because I've spoken to a lot of you. You will regret not picking up that call one day. Well, Jay's Queen, your daughter is very wise. One day, you will regret not picking up that call, picking up that coloring book, making that extra effort to be with a loved one. I'm not going to go to Thanksgiving because I don't feel like it. I'll go next year. That is the thing about I'll do it next year. We don't always get next year guaranteed. We don't always have a next time. And again, we don't always have a next time with our parents, our grandparents, our tios, our tias, our loved ones, our kids. There's not always a next time. So every time you get the time, you make the time. Because everything is beautiful when you see it through the eyes of the divine. So find the extraordinary in the ordinary. Again, a conversation with your parents could be something that you could, cherish forever. That moment when you play with your daughter or son, that could be the moment that you remember in your old age. That time your mother called you to talk to you about the cheese, the gossip about the family. You're like, oh, but you had that moment. So everything that seems mundane and not important, one day it will be. And it'll be too fucking far gone to do anything about it. So across all traditions, the sacred isn't just mountains or temples. The sacred isn't just the big moments. It's the little things in life that you need to cherish more often than not. Again, every breath you take, every walk you go on, every time you carry a child, every time you hug your parents, every time you fucking sit down with your kids to have dinner or lunch, every time you go the extra mile to return a call to your parents, the extra mile to do something that you don't want to do with your kids. Going to the park, trampoline park, that shit kills me, but my ass will go. So today is a good day to notice the greatness in everything that you do, big or small. If it's your birthday, big day. But if it's a regular day, when your kid gets home from school and they look at you and you say, how was your day, baby? That's beautiful and special too. So slow down and catch the hidden spiritual holiness in everything in your daily routine. There's things that you don't like, things that you don't understand right now, but things that are shaping up to make your life move forward, right? But again, slow your day down and catch every beautiful thing before it's too late. Again, call your parents if you haven't talked to them in a while. They'll want to hear you. Call your kids. Fuck it. Maybe they'll pick up. Again, take a moment, slow down, and catch all the beautiful things that you do not hold as great things. They'll be great one day. Again, I spoke about the time with my child at the pumpkin patch. This last Saturday, I went with my daughter to Halloween Haunt, and I love spending moments with my daughter by ourselves because we can really connect, and it's beautiful. The things that we can sort of take for granted now will one day things you wish you would have taken more time for. Again, what you think is mundane and ordinary will be the things that you miss one day. Holding your kid, hugging your mom, being present is not always what we want to do, but we should always be present, especially in the lives of those that matter to us. So find the things that make your day special. The hug from your child. Every time I see my kids, I give them a blessing on their forehead and I kiss them. And I ask for the same. My son and daughter give me a blessing because they're my blessings. And I only let my mom, my dad, and my kids bless me because that is the most beautiful energy that I have ever known. My kids and my parents. And again, I still got my mother and father, and one day, it's gonna happen, and I'm not gonna have that. Every time my mom calls me to do something, I go because I don't want to have regret. Don't have regret. Regret sucks. Spiritual growth doesn't happen by leaps and bounds. Spiritual growth is often in small increments. Rather than big dramatic leaps, it's in small increments. Spiritual growth comes in small doses. And if you treat each day with purpose, if you treat each day as if it was a true gift, spiritually, you will grow by leaps and bounds long term than expecting one moment to change your whole life. Does that make sense? Spiritual growth, small increments. Does that make sense? You guys follow me? Yes or no? All right. I need someone to say, yeah, motherfucker, we follow you. Come on. Yes, no, maybe so? All right. Let me move on then. I guess this isn't the time. All right, cool. All right. So spiritual growth, small increments, not big bangs. You know what I'm saying? Small increments. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. It took lots of blood and lots of fucking tears. So growth happens in small increments, spiritual growth. Memento mori. I spoke about that yesterday. Remember, we must die. Every moment is sacred. And memento mori is a reminder that every heartbeat, every breath, every moment is special. And when we take each moment, spiritually, we grow, we learn, we accept. So for me, every moment I try to see the significance now. And it's hard to be so present sometimes because the world makes you want to worry about bills and politics and gas prices and food prices. But beyond all that, you have to see the things for what they are. Special moments that will never be back. If today your child gets home to show you a piece of artwork they did, and you like, oh, just put it there. I'm cooking. I'll see it later. You fucked up. Because they wanted to show you and talk to you about their day. And oh my God, how I wish my daughter would want to talk to me about her day. Like she once did. So every moment, as minimal as it may seem, find the spiritual lesson in everything. Find how you grow. Find how you love. Find how you teach. Find how you move forward to accept the things that will change. So again, growth happens in small increments, even spiritual. All right, I'm gonna ask you. There's a question. Hi, meow 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 meow. There's a question from DF over here on YouTube. Could you help me to understand how you view God and how you view Santa Muerte in relation? The things you're saying are true and actually in line with Christian mysticism. The way I see death is God's way to set balance. If we did not have death, life would be very unbalanced. There'd be famine and everything. When God first created life, death soon followed. And death was ordained as a cosmic being, or whatever you want to call it, to be the gatekeeper of the veil. And death is God's creation. It's God's will. We do not conquer death. It's a transitional state. Death is not to be feared because it's God's will. For those that think that there's something evil in death, take it up with God. Take it up with God. If you want to come and hate on this imagery or this message, take it up with God. Because death is only serving God's will. Everything that lives will one day soon die. It's the cosmic order. It is the way God created the universe to be so there could be balance. Without this order, everything will grow out of, it'd be a mess. More poverty, probably more violence, more hurt, more pain. So death is God's way of setting balance and having us return home to the source energy. So again, when people say, death is evil, death is, God conquers death. How the fuck does God conquer death? He's not a conqueror of death. He is the creator of it. God created death not to be conquered, but to be a transitional state. So, how do I relate God and Santa Muerte? Well, like that. God created life, created death. The source is He. He is also the finality. But in the meantime, He ordains cosmic beings, angels, archangels, whatever you want to call them, deities, goddesses, however you relate to these cosmic beings is the way that you relate to them. But He ordained them, He gave them strict marching orders. This is what you do. This is what you do. This is what you do. They all have their purpose. And God, although is a loving God, He's also a God that you can't fuck around with. He's no nonsense. He gives you options. He gives you free will. You choose the right path or the wrong path. It is up to you. He will not intervene when you have made a decision. But the good thing is He created cosmic beings that will aid you and assist you if you call upon them. Because God Himself, He's like National Geographics. He won't get involved once you've made a mistake. You made that mistake. You chose it. He gives you free will. He gives you free will. So unless your life is going to be extraordinary and have great things to do, God Himself will not intervene. But there are other cosmic beings that will on His behalf, like sort of like safety nets. The same way God gave us intuition so that we don't fucking walk off a cliff like dum-dums. He also provided us with safety features that are external to our vehicle. The cosmic beings. So everything that we see, everything that we feel, every cosmic being, angel or archangel, however you refer to them, is a creation of God. Well, now you know. And if you don't know, now you know. And that's how I correlate. I pray to Saint Michael and other saints. I understand God's ordaining a divine council. Yeah, again, people say God is God. There's only God. No, God is God, but He is the head CEO of a major organization that has a bunch of. What about Christ? The way I see Christ is the way I see my son. My son is an extension of me. My son is me, but he isn't me. I believe God sent us His only begotten son so He can experience the trials and tribulations of humanity. Do I think it was God incarnate? No. I believe Jesus Christ is the Son of God, but just the way my son is me, He is a piece of me. He carries my essence. I see so much in my son. Well, we'll get to that right now. But God only had one son to sort of have the experience. Like, let me try this fucking shit out, see how I feel about it. Flesh in my flesh hurts more. So God was able to learn through His. The thing is, I don't believe Jesus Christ is God incarnate. He is an extension of God, the same way my son is an extension of me. Is Jesus Christ sitting maybe higher in that council? Yes, He might be up there, to the right hand of His Father. When Christ called out to His Father for strength, or I'm not ready, He said, Father, not, hey, yo, self-thought here. Why, I don't want to go through this, and I'm going to beam up. Thank you, Laura G. What's up? I don't think all sons are fallen. But you must remember, even Lucifer was a son of God. The people don't understand, like, oh, the devil, the devil, the devil. Well, the devil, God created Lucifer with a single breath. He could easily destroy him. But I think the evils of the world are necessary in order for us to understand good. God allows good and bad things to happen because what is free will if there's no choice but all good? Does that make sense? If it was all good, there wouldn't be a, a reason for lots of things. I don't believe Lucifer is the enemy. I believe his father entrusted him with a very difficult role to play, to be the villain in the story. And I believe that God appointed Lucifer one of his most loyal and strongest angels to carry out the task of running the goddamn fucking sewers. You know what I'm saying? What people fail to understand is if God wanted to wipe away everything that was evil, he could. What's up, Teddy Jr.? Thank you for that. May be blessed now forever. Santa Muerte protect you and God guide you. Hey, Mayra, how are you? Does that make sense? God created everything. Let there be light. He put the stars where they were. All this, if we believe that, if we honestly believe that God created all these things with a single breath and motion and thought, why can't he just fucking say, all right, no more Satan, no more evil, no more demons, no more fucking hate, no more fucking pain? Because there wouldn't be a lesson in all of it. This journey we're on is to fortify our spirit and our soul. It is forging us. It is forging us to be energies worth his love or worth the return home. Yo, I appreciate the great questions, DF. I appreciate the great questions that you asked. I appreciate you for being respectful too. I don't know what, like, I can respect the questions you're asking. I appreciate you. It's all free will, and we're given choices. There you go, pre-Virgo. If God is all good, then he isn't all powerful. And if he's all powerful, then he's not all good. I like that. Hey, Nicole Lawrence, long time no see. Where you been? So again, DF, thank you for asking great questions. And again, I appreciate it because, sometimes we get fucking dum-dums that come through. Oh, you're going to hell. Like, no, it's not that. It's just, he is the God of justice. So in order for that to happen, he needs to allow evil to happen. Well, follow me, DF. Again, like, here's what I feel about I don't, that was a thing that was happening, Nicole. I couldn't figure it out, but now I did. This is what I believe Santa Muerte is. I believe God is God no matter what religion you're in. If you call God Allah, Krishna, however you refer to God, God is God. I think God has revealed himself to different peoples, different cultures, and different timelines in different ways to better have them associate with him. In that same breath, I think the death energy is Hecate, Anubis, Azrael, the traditional Grim Reaper, Miquatutil, Kali. All these energies are the same. And I believe that Santa Muerte is the manifestation of the mestizo people. Still the death energy. The mestizo people being traditionally, native to the South Americas and Northern America, like from, and the indigenous and the European nations that came and conquered these lands. So the death energy took the traditional mestizo traditions and enveloped it with European religion. And that's where we get this new version of the death energy. Does that make sense? That's beautiful, DF. Hi. Bro, color don't matter. You could be white. I don't give a fuck if you're white, brown, black. And I say this. And I say this not just to you, but to everyone. And they all know what I always say. I don't care if you're black, white, brown, yellow. Death is for everybody. I don't care if you're Muslim, Jewish, Hindu. Everyone's welcome here because we shouldn't judge one another in that sense. We are all children of God. And I don't say this just to you, DF. I say it to everyone all the time. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care if you voted red or blue. I don't care how you call God. This is a safe space for me. And it's a safe space for you. Everyone that has a heart, lungs, eyeballs, legs, feet, fingers, you're welcome here. If you miss an eyeball, you can still come. If you're missing some teeth, you're welcome. If you're missing legs, well, fuck it. Come on, hop over. You know what I'm saying? Scoot over here. That's fucked up. I know. Sorry. So the Aztec stuff, again, it's the Miquatutuil just sort of transformed into this new, version of itself. Thank you, Margarita Castro, for laughing. No legs. You can still come over, scoot over here. That I'm glad. I know that wasn't appropriate, but fuck, I thought it was funny. That's bullshit. I guess I associate Santa Muerte with gruesome cartel stuff. Look, I don't know how much you know about cartels, but cartel members rock crucifixes, San Judas, San Benito. They are more prone to wear a crucifix or a St. Jude. So why do people not associate them with the cartels? It's very easy to demonize it. It's very easy because, it's la muerte. Like, motherfucker, please. Cartel members will have a crucifix, will have a St. Jude, a San Judas. So why do they not have that stigma to them? Every mafia member of the Italian mob prays to Saint Michael, to Saint Benedict, all these saints, and Jesus Christ. Why are they not associated with the Italian mob? The Russian mob praises to God in their own way. The Yakuza pray to their gods. Why are they not associated? It's just gonna be fabricated because it's a nice story to have a skeletal figure with organized crime. Exactly. Franz Opie's, you can find them here, bro. You can find them online, but I do prayers every day, brother. So if you want to get prayers, you can stick around here. What are my thoughts about people that are spiritual healers? I think, yeah, I'm a spiritual healer. I heal people. What do I think about them? If they're real, I like them. If they're not, I don't. Look, I'm gonna say this. I'm an asshole at heart. I'm an asshole. I mean, I try to be a good person, right? I don't know. Someone's trying to act. Someone's trying to quote. Oh, scam likely. Now we're good. That's how you know I'm real. I'm an asshole. That's fucked up. You're supposed to be nah, fool. You're not an asshole. Damn, Peter Virgo. That's fucking scandalous. Blue. You have to be. You have to be wise and discern. Some people that are spiritual people, they'll fuck you over at the end. Me too, brother. I just say I match energy. Peter Virgo, not even. Nah, they're spiritual leeches, JC. You can't fuck with those people. At the end, they're gonna do you dirty. Just move away from them. Move away from them. Anyone that steals your energy to they'll steal it for other stuff. And I know it sounds funny to some people, but yeah, you got to move away from that. Yeah, I don't believe that you got to go to church to be close to God. The best thing about you is that you keep yourself legit. I don't know how to be other than me. You know what I mean? I'm not ever gonna be a false version of who I am. It'll come, JC, but again, you got to separate yourself from them because here's the thing: is I'm not talking shit about other spiritual people or practices, but there's certain practices that I recommend you stay away from. You know, you don't got to pay money to elevate yourself spiritually. If anyone asks you for 3,000, 5,000 to elevate you spiritually or to scratch you, get the fuck away. Spirituality doesn't come with monetary, prices. I don't want to talk about it. Just if people ask you for money to elevate you spiritually, like, oh, we need 5,000 to elevate you to fucking blah, blah, blah. Bro, you cannot elevate spiritually through monetary fucking donations. Spiritual elevation happens from within. No one can ordain your spiritual rise. It just happens naturally. So if someone tries to get you for money to grow spiritually, there's a problem. I ask for donations when I help people. And if you guys want to donate to what I do, I would appreciate it because I struggle and I want to not be struggling. But I take my time to do this because I feel this is my calling. But I don't set a numerical number like, I don't be like, oh, it's 3,000 for Olympia or 3,000 to make you a devotee. That's bullshit. Your connection to God and the divine is very personal. No one can fucking look over it and fucking give it legitimacy. No one can legitimize your connection to God, Santa Muerte, Oshun, fucking, Krishna. No one can fucking sanction that and legitimize your connection to the divine. It comes from within. What do I do with your old candles, Señor? What do I do? Or what do you do? I break them. Whenever I'm done doing a candle work, I smash them because you don't want them to have that energy. No one should have that energy. You don't want no one to ever have that energy. Oh shit. Hi, El Señor de la Muerte will soon enable automatic dubbing on your channel. This means that YouTube will automatically translate audio tracks in different languages, making your content accessible for more viewers. Wow. I like that, YouTube. Way to go. Do I believe in yes, I do. I believe in exorcisms. I call them cleansings, but they're the same as exorcisms. Santa Muerte does not judge, no. Thank you, Mystic Native. I like it too. Yay, God through himself don't know what it means. You don't need other people to legitimize your connection. You don't. It comes from with you. Your spiritual connection, no one can legitimize. No priest, no pastor. They're just men like you. They're women like you. You are a man, they are a man. You are a woman, they are a woman. We're human. No man can legitimize your connection to God or the spiritual realm. No other living person has that kind of power or has been ordained by God himself. So you are the direct connection to the divine. You do not need me to sanctify your connection to God or Santa Muerte. You might need someone like me to guide you or help you along the way, but I cannot legitimize your faith through money. let alone money like, oh, 5,000 and I'll elevate you. Damn. I've heard people pay 5,000 and because it had to be scratched or some shit. And I'm all like, give me that money. I'll fucking make your life fucking beautiful. So it's not me talking shit, it's me being real. Because this is what I do here. I don't give a fuck. I'll say the truth. No man, including me, can sanctify or legitimize your connection to God or the divine. That is a personal connection that you will make, and not everybody will have the same experience because we are all different people. A mother knows what each of her children need. That's how I feel. A father knows who's the dum dum and who needs more attention and who's a little bit wiser and can fucking handle it. They know. So the experience will be different. Threw me off when he was tripping. I didn't want to help him with giving him my energy. Nah, I'm gonna say this, JC. Fuck him. That's how I feel about shit. Someone sent me a message like 2 days ago. Oh, you will be my new disciple and blah blah blah. Fuck you. I'm not your disciple. I'm not your disciple. What you think? Because you're gonna fucking like send me a message that, oh, you're this almighty whatever the fuck. I'm choosing you as a disciple. Nah, fool, your energy isn't even at my level. I was like, LOL, like me, your disciple? Pfft, chale. Nah. Nope. I choose you and you're gonna fucking blah blah blah. The legions of I don't know what the fuck. And I'm all like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not that fucking naive. Whatever I find within myself is the things that I need to find. And no one can ordain or sanctify these things. We can help each other elevate. And again, I do communions for people with God in Santa Muerte, but I don't legitimize our connection. How do you find out where a person energy is at? For example, my own. I mean, we got to have a conversation. I got to interact with you, I guess. Like, sometimes I ask for pictures, videos of you or anything of that nature to capture your energy. Like right now, you're a high thinker, Gap Salazar. Like you're a highly motivated thinker that overthinks everything. Everything needs to be fucking perfect. You're very methodical in the way you do things. So like, I mean, I get that right off the bat off of you. But again, knowing the spiritual person, there's just more to it. Yeah, I do a communion for people with Santa Muerte. It's like a like a promise. Um anyways, thank you, Beba. Have a beautiful day. May you be blessed. Have a beautiful day. Yeah, you could ask me a question, JC, through. Thank you, Hunty Star. All right. I'm getting hungry. So I gotta go check what the hell. Let me see where my sugars are at, actually. No cake yet. No cake net. I'm on day 9 of no cake. So I'm gonna say this, all right? About a week ago, you can send me a message here, Beba, or to my phone number. My phone number is in all my videos. So you can text me here, inbox me, or you can send me a direct message to my phone. I'm gonna ask you guys to never call me first. Always text me first. Sometimes I'm busy, so just be no cake yet. I had funnel cake, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. No cake yet, day 9. This is gonna be like, Thank you so much, CFO. Follow me. I constantly come here, and it's almost like an open forum. I do mass every Sunday. I do daily prayers and readings. I know Christians don't believe in all these energies, but they're out there. So if that interests you, we do it here all the time. Yeah, Mayra, send me some. I want some. I'm sure how to ask this, but when you communicate with her, does she respond or she just appear when she's ready? You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not on demand. It's not when you want it. It's when they want to present themselves. Guayaba cake. That might be bomb. I'm gonna say this. People that say they can summon Santa Muerte when they want, I think they're bullshitting. She's not a lapdog that you call. Whoever says that they got like Santa Muerte on speed dial, it's bullshit. Like if I want to talk to her, it's gonna be on her time and her terms. Um, like what I'm gonna say is this. You guys ready? I feel her energy all the time. It doesn't mean that I say Santa Muerte and she's gonna be like, yes, Victor, what do you want? I want to know, blah blah. Like it comes to me through messages, and I'll have conversations with her like in visions or dreams, but it doesn't come exactly when I want it. How do you know it's not a trickster? You should know after a while. Like the connection with her that I got is now it's been ongoing for like 30 somewhat years. Yeah, I like Azriel. I think Azriel is what I'm gonna say right now is gonna sound stupid. In one of my dreams I had with her, she told me the original death energy name, and I don't remember, but they all come from the same stem. A trickster spirit will not fulfill everything the white. It'll be sort of deformed. Oh yeah, you can ask, but it's gonna come. It can come immediately, or it can come in a day or two. It can come tonight when you sleep. You can ask questions here, Mystic Native, and again, when I asked the cards or the pendulum stuff, I asked Santa Muerte for the answers. So just because she's not here present, her energy is solid. There's a difference. I don't know if you guys know, like the power grid system. Like, for example, right now my energy is coming from a source that is miles away, but the energy's still here. So my lights are on. My phones are charging. This is not the source of all energy, but I'm getting it because I'm connected. Does that make sense? So I want you to guys to understand this. I don't got Santa Muerte on speed dial, or she's not at my beck and call. I'm at her beck and call. But I'm connected to the source. So I still get the energy, just like my house is being powered by this grid because I'm connected to it. I'm not the source of all power, obviously, because I'm not that fucking stupid to think that I am that powerful. Oh, I'll answer that right now. I don't think there's much of a difference, but we'll get into that. But hold on, real quick. So because I'm connected to the grid, I can answer through with the energy that she provides and the knowledge and the wisdom. So I get the power from the grid because I'm not the source. And the source isn't mine to have. So just because she isn't here with me 24/7 doesn't mean we're not protected by her. Because this is what I want you guys to understand. I always say Santa Muerte walks with me. She protects me. I'm not the only motherfucker that venerates her, so I'm not stupid enough to think that she's only with me all day, every day, 24/7. Her energy is with me. Her energy protects me. I am under her fucking watchful eye and insurance policy. I don't believe she's with me every day when I wake up, and every morning all night she was fucking watching over just my fucking simple ass. I don't believe that to be so. But I know her energy is just, again, the same way my house is being powered by the source that is miles away. That's the same way. It doesn't matter where Santa Muerte or the death energy is at. I'm being powered by that power source. Does that make sense? Differently. All right. And I get the answers I need from her. So sometimes she appears in the dream, sometimes she comes, and sometimes it is that. All right. Real quick, I'm gonna move forward with the lesson of the day. I know we got derailed a little bit, but I had a whole lesson here planned out, and I know we went around and other things. Um, and right now a little bit, I'm gonna have to go and take my medication and eat something. Um, no, I appreciate the good questions though. I appreciate the questions, and here we go. I'm gonna continue with this really quick. Today, the energy is of revelation. All right, bear with me because some of you have to hear it. The revelation that we may not want to see, we shouldn't push away. When things appear to us in the true form and we don't like it, does not mean we push it away. So what it is, what ain't, but what comes forth, we must confront. So when things come to the surface, the raw truth about stuff, we can't just ignore it. We can't scream to the heavens and be like, what the fuck is this? Um, things that we overlooked, things that we don't want to confront, they're coming to the surface today. Instead of pushing away those feelings and those energies and ignoring them, address them. I see you. I see you. I understand you. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Everything. I petition Santa Muerte as primary. It's a different way of thinking, DF. I know it's different, but God doesn't have time for my simple as. And I mean that's I will get into that too. But again, let me continue with today's lesson because you asked great questions, but I'm gonna try to get through this stuff right here. The presence of these energies that are gonna reveal themselves to you today, we can't continue to ignore them or push them away. We have to confront them and say, I see you. I see you. I acknowledge the pain. I acknowledge the sorrow. I acknowledge all these things that are coming to the surface. And I see you. And when we see things for what they are, we can start to heal from it. We can start to be liberated from it. We can start to cut the chains. And when you acknowledge these things, something happens. Something starts to change. It transforms because you've taken away its power sometimes because you've acknowledged it. Once you acknowledge it, it transforms into what you need it to become. Ignoring everything and pushing things down isn't the way for healing to happen. It doesn't occur that way. Crystal de Leon, please inbox me. I'll help you with those idiots. Please inbox me. Please inbox me again. Be careful who you guys hire as your spiritual practitioners because don't hire anyone from Venezuela, from fucking the Philippines, from Kenya. Don't call international numbers or use WhatsApp numbers. My number is 310. It's my T-Mobile number. It's my number I've had forever. I don't use fake numbers, fake names. My name is Victor Guerrero. My number starts with 310. And you know, yeah, I don't like those people. Anyways, um, when you acknowledge these energies, you begin to transform, and they transform before your eyes, and they may leave or they might be manageable. But today is the day of revelation. Today, the day energies. Oh, I gotta go. They flagged me. Who the fuck flagged me? I gotta be back. If I don't get off, they'll ban me. Whenever this happens, if I don't get off really quick, they'll ban me. My my number is on all my videos. This bullshit. I got flagged on on TikTok. Boo. What did I say that was so wrong? I don't know what I said. I must have something to upset the fucking people of whatever. All right, God bless you, DF. Thank you for being here. Beautiful questions. I hate when that happens. It's probably someone that just didn't like my fucking energy or the visual. But whatever. I was gonna get off soon anyways. But I'm gonna go look for some food and take my meds, and I don't know, just come back in a bit. Whenever they flag me like that, I notice if I stayed on in the past, it's when they fucking ban you for 30 days or 2 weeks or this or that. Like, they're fucking dicks. So right when they flag you, I get off right away. Because if they come back and flag you again, then you're banned for a week or so. Sometimes 2 weeks. Motherfuckers. Anyways, I'll be back. Ugh.